How's it going, everyone? And to the surprise of very few people, I think our little game in Concord is in very, very big trouble. This is a game that obviously people have their contentious relationship with. I saw some people make comparisons to the reception of Concord with its initial gameplay reveal and everything like that to Helldivers 2, which I thought was totally unfounded. The open beta is running right now, and think what you want of the game, try it out for yourself, and you can play it and see how you like it. This is a live service game, and to get you guys up to speed with those of you that don't watch our channel regularly, I always say the same thing when it comes to live service titles. It can be a good game, it can be a great game. It doesn't matter unless it has a consistent and sustainable audience and player base. That is what a live service game lives and dies on. Concord is entering a market that I wouldn't say is oversaturated in the hero shooter. However, hero shooters in general, which by the way, the PlayStation 5 is gonna get a console release of the Marvel's title, as well as a console release of Valorant, two hero shooters that are free to play. Concord is entering the market with a $39.99 price point. On top of that, this is a market where free-to-play hero shooters have kind of been the standard. So Concord is entering the market with a $39.99 price point, and let's just be honest, the general reception of the game dating back to its gameplay reveal, how should I say it, hasn't exactly been positive. Oh, in fact, it's one of the most disliked video game videos on YouTube ever as far as the reveal gameplay trailer. Go ahead and dig that up on PlayStation's channel and read through the comments and have a field day. But obviously, there are gonna be the defenders and there's gonna be the people saying, hey, you gotta wait and play the game to give a final judgment. Sure, that is true, but given what we see out of the game, which, by the way, events like State of Play, events that showcase gameplay of video games, what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to promote a video game. They're supposed to get you excited for a video game. Did Concord do a lot to get a lot of people excited? I'm sure there are a few people excited about it. However, there is a very, very real reason why Sony shifted to allowing PlayStation Plus subscribers to get early access into the beta. Early access into the beta, initially, we had only heard that it was going to be available towards those that pre-order Concord. Oh, maybe pre-orders weren't that great and that early access beta would have been quite dead, because now, a week after the early access beta, guess what's live right now? There is an open beta that is live right now, and as far as the Steam concurrent player tracker goes, there are 1,300 concurrent players for this beta. I believe this is accurate. I mean, the Steam concurrent numbers are usually pretty accurate, and by the way, to get the concurrent number, you have to actually request access into the beta and have access into the beta on PC. Then you click Community Hub. The Community Hub from the actual full game page won't get you the concurrent player count. You can also use SteamDB, great tool if you want to follow these kinds of metrics. But 1,300 concurrent players right now on Steam. By the way, this open beta is free. It is accessible to everyone. You know what's not gonna be free? The full game is gonna be $39.99. So people aren't even willing to check out this game when it's available to play for free. What makes you think a $39.99 price point is gonna be any better? Sure, it'll have an added level of promotion. There might be a little bit more interest based on the fact that, hey, the full game is coming out, but we're talking about 1,300 concurrent players for an open beta. Obviously, there are more people playing this game on PlayStation 5, but this game has all the ingredients for an absolute disaster. Those of you that compared this game to Helldivers 2, which, let me crap on those comparisons again. Helldivers 2 and Concord, based on promotion, based on the lead up to the game, cannot be compared whatsoever. Helldivers 2, the thing with that game is, going back to the big gameplay reveal in June of 2023 as a part of the PlayStation Showcase, Helldivers 2 just was an unknown commodity. Not a lot of people knew about the game. Even going back to June of 2023, here I go, toot my own horn again, I was talking up Helldivers 2. I was talking up the fact that that game looks great and was one of the standouts of that showcase. A lot of other people that were actually looking into Helldivers 2, and that was well before the launch of the game, were excited about Helldivers 2. The difference with Concord is it got its gameplay reveal and was one of the most disliked videos of all time as far as gaming videos are concerned. there is no comparison to be had. And mind you, that Helldivers 2 was an unknown game, but if you go back to that initial showcase gameplay video, look through the comments section, people saying stuff like more people need to know about this game, this is an underrated gem, and then word of mouth got out, and that's how a lot of the times live service games will pop off. It's just based on word of mouth, people talking about it, streamers playing it, content creators making videos about it. Concord has just been a game that people have absolutely crapped on. On top of that, Helldivers 2 picked up steam within that last 2 weeks to a month of its release. We are inching closer and closer to that period, and Helldivers 2 never had an open beta. I'm sure if it had an open beta, it would have attracted more than 1,300 concurrent players. Now, Concord is a cross-play game, so it's on PC and PlayStation 5, but you're talking about Helldivers 2, a game that had over 400,000 concurrent players just on Steam at one point. Now it's settled into 100,000 players, but that's a very successful number, mind you, to settle in at 4 or 5 months after the release of the game. This game, free open beta. Again, the game is gonna be $40, a free open beta. 1,300 concurrent players. This game is absolutely doomed, and I wonder to an extent, how do games like this get greenlit? You know, Sony is canceling projects. That supposed Spider-Man live service game, Last of Us Factions, how were those games deemed to be worthy of getting canceled? My only thought process is that those games are a part of the Insomniac and Naughty Dog portfolio, so if those games were deemed to be not so great, you don't want to ruin the perception of a Naughty Dog or an Insomniac. Firewalk, in this case, is a brand new studio. If Concord's a flop, Sony can just wipe their hands, close the studio, call it a day, and Firewalk will just be a blip on the radar and nobody will remember. That's just one theory. I don't know if that's the case, but, there might have been several issues with Last of Us Factions. I mean, that never really even got an official reveal, and that Spider-Man title was just a leak. So, there is that element to it as well, and maybe Concord was far enough along that they were just like, let's just get it out and see how it does, because I can't imagine anybody at Sony's end is thinking, yeah, we're cooking up a great game here. We're cooking up a game that's going to make PC players potentially want to pay for PlayStation Plus. If you don't think in an ideal world Sony would want to do that, you are out of your mind. They just can't get away with that. Let's be perfectly honest here. But this game is doomed. Absolutely doomed. And I was pretty much saying it was going to be doomed without pushing the cart before the horse too much. Now, after the beta reception, in terms of how many players, not even talking about game quality, because game quality is irrelevant when you talk about a live service game that has no players. There's been a lot of live service games that you could deem to be quality-filled experiences. If there's not a consistent player base, it is doomed. That is the reality of it. This is a game that its $40 price tag is already a problem. I don't know if a free-to-play shift would revitalize it. Certainly people would check it out initially, but also they are definitely, I would imagine, gonna add this game to PlayStation Plus Essential or PlayStation Plus Extra by the end of the year. If it continues like this, and maybe there'll be a jolt of interest when launch day comes. I highly doubt it, based on there being no interest with this beta. I can't imagine a $40 barrier of entry is gonna make people want to check it out even more. But we'll see how it all turns out. I think this game has disaster written all over it. I think Sony, as far as their live service push is concerned, they're gonna have to go through it. They have to go through it just like a lot of other publishers went through it. Helldivers 2 was a resounding success, but they've already canceled projects that certainly they've sunk a lot of money into. Concord, don't be fooled. There is a lot of capital that has been sunk into Concord. There is a lot of capital that is being sunk into Fair Game. Maybe it'll take a couple of L's and then Sony will rethink, or who knows, maybe they'll continue the path and continue doing their live service titles. But games like Concord, remember this, games like Concord is a very big reason why the PlayStation has 0 major first-party exclusives coming out this year. Maybe you can count Astrobot in there. Astrobot's a budget title, not necessarily a game that I would say resonates at that level to the types of games that the PlayStation audience is used to, but I'm incredibly excited about Astrobot. I think that game's gonna be awesome. But their live service push, how many resources they've sunk into games like Concord, and not to mention the games that are canceled or at least shelved, is a very big reason why 2023 had only 1 major first-party release in Spider-Man 2, why 2024 has 0 major first-party releases. I really hope 2025 will be a turnaround, but Concord, is looking to be a disaster. That's game quality aside. Look, if there's no interest from the community, if there's not a healthy number of people playing it, that's already a disaster. Not to mention, I don't know how much you guys want to take a look at PlayStation star ratings, but PlayStation games generally do fairly well from a star rating standpoint. This is on the PlayStation Store. A 2.75 for Concord across 4,000 ratings. Take that however you will for the beta of the game. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.